Okay, we are back from camping and I have done a little bit more work in this room. I have gone through and I have replaced all of the electrical outlets in this room with black ones, except for this one up here. I did buy a black one, but I'm thinking now I might actually just paint that the same colour as the wall to sort of blend it in so you don't see it. But I'll have to look at that. Sorry, my cat's just eating a bag. Yeah, so blend that in, make it hidden. I have replaced this light switch down here with the black one. This I'm actually going to paint. I can get this knob in black. I have one, Bryce is going to go pick me up one tomorrow, so I will be respraying that black. The air conditioning holder that sits here, I'm also going to spray black. So I've done that. I've taped up those windows, ready for painting. I was going to paint them white. I'm now thinking black, but maybe white, I don't know. So that might just stay like that until we paint that wall, and then I'll know what I want to do with that and around the doors. I've also taken the sliding glass mirror doors off of there, just to make it easier to paint and construct in that cupboard. Bryce and I will go do Bunnings tomorrow. We'll get the paint for this wall and we'll look at the storage for in the wardrobe. There's a couple of different options we can do. I looked at a flat pack build it yourself to go in there. They're about $300 to $400 depending on which one you buy and what colour you want, obviously, and they are special order. They don't always have them on the shelf. The ones that I'm looking at doing are more of the basket variety rather than the drawers, and they are always available in there, and I can get them in black, which will match all the other little black features in the room. So we'll go and do that tomorrow. So for today, the last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the rod that you hang all your clothes off from under there so I can paint that, and I'm going to tape up around that there as well and around this main wall, ready for painting, because we'll go tomorrow and get the paint and then we can start painting, yay! And then that's pretty much all that has to be done to this room. I did actually replace this light as well, I just remembered. We had this really old silver one up there which wasn't very good, and actually all of the bulbs in it had gone because it wouldn't turn on, and then we put that one up, turned the light switch on, turned on, not a problem. So that was cool, no hassles there. So I've done that as well, and I have also installed the fire alarm in this room because there's 2 new regulations. Every bedroom has to have a fire alarm in it as well as the hallways. So that's a 10-year smoke alarm with a non-removable battery in it. So the battery runs for 10 years and then it dies, and you just go and you buy yourself a new fire alarm and stick it up there. We have done quite a bit of work in here, and by we I mean me. Bryce has been working a lot. So I've done quite a bit of work in here. I have finished painting the feature wall, which is in front of me, which I'll show you in a second. I've done all of the window sills and the door frame, the wardrobe door frames. I've also painted all of the skirting. I do have a little bit more painting to do with the feature wall. I've just got to touch up some corners and a bit on the architrave. So when I took the paint off the architrave, it took the white. When I took the tape off the architrave, it took the paint off. So I've got to touch those up. But without further ado, this is our lovely aqua blue wall, which is turning very blue on the camera. But I can assure you it is aqua blue in person. So lovely aqua blue wall. We have the black accent for the wardrobe, and of course we're going to have the white mirrored wardrobe doors on there. The window sills are here. They've been painted nice and black, and all of the skirting is now white. So you get that very distinct white, grey white, black, white. I like it. It looks good. So yes, I got a little bit of touch up in these corners to do because they haven't quite, the paint hasn't quite gone into these corners because obviously the tape's been sitting slightly low when I did that. And when I took the tape off, it took a little bit of the white off the architrave up there, so I'm just going to have to touch those up with the paintbrush and the white paint, same paint I used for the skirting boards. Skirting boards have been all painted white, all the way along, all the way along, all the way along, all the way to the door, and then this little bit around here. Whoa, I got dizzy. So I've done those. These have been all painted black. I have inside the wardrobe to paint still, which will be the next section of this. Okay, this will be the final update before the grand reveal. As you can see, we've got the lovely wall behind us still. I have to replace this PowerPoint. It's the last one in the room I have to replace. Finally managed to figure out how to get the cap off. Took me forever, but that's coming off. That's getting replaced. Just gotta wait for Dad to come around and do the electrical stuff for me. So that's gonna be done. We have painted our wardrobe. That is nice and white. This up here I have painted, and it is somewhat cleaner and neater than it was before. But there are still some marks. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There are still some marks showing through the paint. A little bit of the yellow still showing through the paint. It's only a wardrobe. It's the top of the wardrobe. I'm just going to leave it like that. Once I put some stuff in there, you won't even notice it. It's white enough. That's fine. Bryce and I had the discussion of why are we building in a wardrobe in the guest room that doesn't really have anyone come and stay in it. Plus we have a set of drawers, dresser drawers that are in here that people can put stuff in if they need to. So we are going to not build in here at this point. We might do it later down the line if we get to the point where we have kids living in here and they need some more storage. We'll look at it then. But for the moment, we've just put this back up to hang some stuff in here. I'll be using this room to store a lot of my cosplay items and stuff in here. This up here is quite tall. It's quite tall. I reckon I'll be able to get my Harley hammer in here and sitting upright. And my fairy wings in here, they can stand upright. So it's a bit more protected than currently where I've got them, which is in the bottom of the other room wardrobe. So they'll be going in here. But yeah, this room is pretty much done. Just got the final little bits and pieces to do. I have painted one side of the door. I have to do the black trim and then flip it, paint it white and do the black trim. And then the door will go back on, put the door handle on there. That's done. I've also got to put, sorry, my cat's just on the floor playing with my feet. I have to put the blinds back up there, and that's pretty much it for this room. So just a few tiny little things to do and we're done. So stay tuned. Next video will be the room reveal.